Hello. So a lot of you guys have sent me 2 stories in which children cry, and I think because I said I'm child free or I don't want to have children, you guys tend to think that I want to laugh at kids crying. Okay, I know that I follow the account Kids Getting Hurt, but those kids aren't actually getting hurt. It's just funny to see kids fall sometimes. But I'm starting to think that if a woman or anyone says that they're child free, people think that they hate children. I don't hate children. I don't want to see them getting actually hurt. And I personally don't like children crying. It's loud and unpleasant to my ears, but I don't hate them. Are you serious? I was always the one with the little babies. I just don't want to shoot one out of this. I think that's pretty understandable. It looks painful. Anyway, 2 stories today, and a lot of you guys asked my opinion. Man sparks debate after refusing to let crying child to take last spot on ride. And I can kind of already tell that if I wanted to ride a ride and I got in line, I'm probably not gonna give my spot up. But let's see what's going on. Was the man, the grown man, a butt face? Sometimes growing up seems unfair as the things that were fun as kids are still enjoyable but less socially acceptable to partake in. Often as adults it is deemed necessary to pander to the needs of children, such as giving them the final cookie or letting them watch their TV shows. Let's be honest though, we all make sure kids are happy through gritted teeth because we want the last cookie and we want to watch our favorite shows. Can't relate, but if my nephew was here or any of my friends' kids and there was only one cookie left, I'd probably just give them the cookie. Do I need a cookie? No. Do they need a cookie? Probably not, but I also have the goal to be the favorite aunt that the kids leave after an hour and a half. Well, one man on TikTok has shown that the needs of kids simply do not outweigh his own, as he left two kids in tears after taking the last spot on a ride. All right, let's see the viral TikTok. So apparently he was already in line. He got in line on time. And there is a sign there that says the ride closes at 4:45 p.m., which there's absolutely no exceptions. Doesn't matter if you're a child, the elderly, it closes at 4:45, so get there on time. These little minions walked up after 4:45. So the caption says, when they say you're the last one able to ride today and you deny the little kids behind you asking to trade places. First of all, wait a minute. I'm calling those little kids out because they knew that the ride closed and they seem to think, well, we're little and cute and this is an old ass man. We deserve that spot. We are children. Taps them probably on the lower back or butt, because little kids have done that to me because they're so short and they tap you in that spot.
Excuse me, sir. Can we just switch with you?
Not saying, can we just take your spot? They say, can we just switch? You're talking to an adult, child. He knows if he switches, he can't get on the ride. That's not switching. You want to take his spot. You want to rip it away from him. This man has nothing to live for. He's an adult. He just wants to have a little taste of being a child again, and you want to take that away? Well, he said no, and he got on that ride. As you can see, he's very happy. And for some reason, tell me why, the kids hugging their parent, why did they stay in that spot? Why did they stay in that spot to watch the grown man drive off on this ride? So people are divided, obviously. Whenever you put this on the internet, people are going to say, what a horrible person. And the other people are gonna say, well, too bad. And I'm probably the second person. No, I am the second person. They learned a great lesson that day. You don't always get what you want. And that's true. Just because you're a kid doesn't mean you're gonna get what you want. Just because you're pretty, tall, handsome, anything, disabled, trans, black, whatever you want to say, doesn't mean you're going to get what you want. That's not how the world works. Sometimes you have to learn to get to the ride early if you want to ride. Otherwise, the older man is going to get on right in front of you and not give a shit if you're crying and holding your dad. So what are your opinions on that? And would you give your spot to the kids? Personally, if I was waiting in line, say Disneyland, and they said, hey, you short 5'2" black girl over there, you're the last one to go on, and there's a bunch of kids behind me, see ya. Your parents are gonna go buy you an ice cream or something anyway. I paid my adult dollars to be here. Next, people rush to defend influencer who refused to switch plane seats so family could sit together. The thought of not having pre-booked seats on a flight is a frightening thing, but sometimes booking late means that the choices are few and far in between. If traveling in a big group, it's always advisable to book early to avoid disappointment and to ensure that the kids get a window seat so there aren't any tears. Hold up, sorry to pause. Y'all want to sit by the window? I have a fear of heights, so that always, sitting by the window is very intense for me as a child and an adult. I don't want to sit there. I'm requesting to switch. But sometimes those who fail to plan efficiently ask those around them to switch seats, which can create some pretty awkward encounters. This seems like another issue of not planning and then expecting people to just do what you want because you didn't plan early. Though clearly not for one influencer who took being asked to switch seats in her stride as she refused them and laughed it off with a glass of champagne in hand. Because of the immortal words of Stewie Griffin,
"Your poor planning does not constitute an emergency for me."
Audrey Peters, 25, has over 623,000 followers on TikTok and uploaded a video with the caption, "No, I'm not switching for a middle seat. Book your flights earlier, babes." Hey, I mean, it might sound rude to you, and I'm sure you're saying you would understand if you had kids. No, if I had children, I would probably understand that I should have booked earlier. I don't expect people to do whatever I ask just because I asked, and I am understandable that I might get rejected even if I ask. It doesn't hurt to ask to me, and I understand that they might say no. It's kind of how life works.
Girl, fuck them kids and fuck you too.
And there were times too that me and my family, we booked a flight after the fact, you know, like we all couldn't sit together, which I was fine with that.
My family and I love you, but you're terrible. You're all terrible.
Clearly unfazed by being asked to switch, Peters happily sips on her champagne while text over the video reads, "When a family asks me to switch seats on a plane so they can sit together." The video has been viewed over 1 million times, and what could normally be a divisive topic appears to have brought people together in harmony as there is a large consensus that Peters did the right thing. One person commented, "I'm so sick of people thinking it's okay to disrupt someone for their lack of planning." Honestly, same. It wouldn't annoy me if they asked. You might as well ask. Some people don't care, but it would annoy me the facial expression or that just smug look of them being, you know, "Oh, how dare you not switch with me, a mother or a father. We're a family. We have to stick together. If it's that important to you, plan or don't go on a plane." A second person added, "If you're asking to switch seats, my new seat has to be equal or better than what I have now. Otherwise, no dice." While a third said, "I wouldn't have moved either. That's the whole reason I pick my seats and my flight months in advance." True, I always pick my stuff. I'm just a huge planner. I want what I want, and if I got what I want, why would I switch? Others pointed out that it is usually a middle seat that someone wants to swap out for a better seat. So most users wouldn't say yes to inconvenience themselves to allow others to sit together. Yeah, I don't want to sit in the middle. I don't like sitting in the middle. It's not that big of a deal. But if I already have an in seat or a scary window seat, I can just put the window down and only be next to one person. So I probably would have said, "No, you guys have a nice flight." But what would you have said? I was only gonna talk about these two topics that you guys sent me, but on the link that someone sent me, I scroll down and it says, "Mom explains why she keeps child on leash in public after drawing backlash." So we got a bonus round, because children on leashes always spark conversation, heated conversations, and verbal debates on the internet. A mother has divided social media after revealing that she keeps her young daughter tied on a leash when they're out in public. A woman named Alexis, who goes by the handle Alexis Health on TikTok, shared a video of her saying, "Give me your hand," to her child sitting in a shopping cart before tying a pink leash around her wrist. While at the store, viewers can see that one side of the leash is attached to Alexis while the other side is on the little girl's wrist. In one instance, she bent down to reach something on the bottom of the shelf to demonstrate how the stretchy leash allows her and her kid to remain connected. "I'm tired of the world being this way, but I'm never tired of protecting my girls. I'm okay looking like a crazy mom as long as my babies are safe." The clip amassed 12.9 million views and 1.5 million likes on social media platform and certainly became a controversial topic amongst divided viewers. You're also teaching your child that the world is a scary place that they can't navigate without you, speaking as a former child of an overprotective parent. "It's not like this all over the world. Denmark is one of the safest countries and babies sleep outside alone in their strollers." Laugh my ass off, this is wild. Honestly, I was one of those people that would laugh at parents, not laugh like in their face, but you know, laugh in my head because I'm a sensible person when I go out in public about a child on a leash, because to me that implemented that you can't control your kid, you can't run as fast as a little 2-year-old with their little legs, you know, running around, like how slow are you? And you just can't control a little small human being. They're just always running around and your kids are crazy and you just are not doing any parenting. I have changed my opinion as I grew up, especially as you nanny, and especially seeing certain things and kids get snatched. I keep my dogs on a leash. I don't want anyone coming up and getting my dogs. I keep my dogs on a leash to protect them. Can some of them walk off leash? No, I don't trust any of them enough to walk off leash. But if I trained them to walk off leash, then they could. But would I still do it? No. Because I want to try to protect them as much as possible, keep them with me. Sometimes people snatch little dogs, and having a leash will just give them a little bit more of an added effect of me hanging on to them. There seems to be an increase of parents keeping their children on some type of thing that holds them near them.
A 31-year-old dad from Kentucky causing a big discussion over he handles taking his 5-year-old quintuplets out in public. Very simply, he puts them on a leash.
Because they are afraid that someone's going to come and take their kids. Yeah, it might give your kids a little bit of a worry that the world is a scary place, but guess what? There are scary things in this world, and there are people out there that want to hurt them.
Don't look at me like that. It's really turning me on.
Not all strangers give actual candy. Some give you candy and send you off into human trafficking. That doesn't sound fun. You don't have to tell your kids that, but I can see where parents are coming from that have a leash on their kids. If you're a parent and you think it's crazy and you don't want to leash your kid, then don't do it. But she has a great reason as to why she wants to. I just saw a video of, I think it was a grandma. The grandma had 3 of the children and they were all holding hands, and someone comes up and grabs one of the kids and just starts to try to run off.
It happened in an instant. Heart-stopping video showing a stranger wrapped in a blanket suddenly snatch a 3-year-old girl off the Bronx street as she walked with her grandmother and 2 other children.
The grandmother was screaming, "Oh, he's taking my little girl, the little girl."
If the kid was leashed, maybe that person would have thought, those kids might be a little bit harder to take, because, you know, the stigma with leashes, usually the crazy kids wear them. And also, it's gonna be a lot harder to take those kids because they're on a leash. I'm all for it. If I decide to change my mind and adopt a kid, I might be leashing their ass up. Everybody's on a leash. All 3 dogs, all kids. And people can look at me however they wanna look. If you don't like it, don't do it. That's my motto, but what is yours? Let me know in the comment section. And little children, if you see me in front of you at Disneyland or at some amusement park, and they say that I'm the last person to ride, you can ask me to switch, but the answer is most likely no. But maybe I'll get you an ice cream after I get done with that amazing ride that you didn't get to go on. Okay, now tell me your guys' opinions. I'll see you guys next time.
Wake up, honey, I made you breakfast. Fresh coffee and bagels too. A new day is waiting for us. We got lots of fun stuff to do. Let's go to the zoo and feed the monkeys. I can lend them your baseball cap. Let's make the day a very lot of fun. Growing up is just a trap. Don't